Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cikgu Darrel and today we shall continue on Unit 7 Growing Up. For your information, this is the fourth lesson which is on page 76 on your student's book. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to listen for specific biographical information. As usual, before we proceed to our lesson today, let me communicate with you first the framework of our lesson. First, we shall go through the meaning of some phrases and change necessary verbs to past simple forms. And after that, we shall listen to an audio together and complete a gap text. Last but not least, we shall write sentences about a person in your family using some of the past simple verbs in Activity 1. Without further ado, let us move on to the first activity of our lesson today, which is to go through the meaning of phrases. Let's get to know the meaning of these phrases first. Grow up, grow up. Membesar, membesar. Go to school, go to school. Pergi ke sekolah, pergi ke sekolah. Leave school, leave school. Tamat sekolah, tamat sekolah. Go to university, go to university. Pergi ke university, pergi ke university. Get a qualification, get a qualification. Mendapatkan kelayakan, mendapatkan kelayakan. Get a job, get a job. Mendapatkan pekerjaan, mendapatkan pekerjaan. Get married, get married. Berkahwin, berkahwin. Have children, have children. Mempunyai anak, mempunyai anak. Travel, travel. Melancong, melancong. Die, die. Meninggal dunia, meninggal dunia. So these are the meaning of the phrases that we need to go through first before we read and listen to the text later on. But before that, let us write the past simple of each verb based on the phrases that we have gone through just now. Take a look at the first one. Grow up, grow up. The verb here is grow, and when we change grow into past simple, it becomes grew up, grew up. Next, go to school. The verb is go, so the past simple for go is went to school, went to school. Leave school, leave school. The verb is leave, and the past simple for leave is left school, left school. Number 4, go to university, go to university. The verb is the same, it's go, so the past simple for go is went to university, went to university. Get a qualification, get a qualification. The past simple for get is got, got a qualification. Next, get a job, get a job. The past simple for get is got, got a job. Next, get married. The same verb, past simple is got married, got married. Next, have children. The past simple for have is had children, had children. Travel. The past simple is traveled. Don't forget there is a double consonant L in the middle. Die, die. The past simple is died, died. You will just need to add D at the back of the verb. And now, let's move on to the second activity of our lesson today, which is to listen and complete the gap dialogue. But before that, I will need you to guess by looking at this picture. Have you ever seen or come across with this man? He is very tall and approximately 2.8 meter in height. Try to imagine. Do you know who he is? His name is Robert Wadlow. He also has a nickname called the Gentle Giant. Now, why is he called the Gentle Giant? There must be a reason behind it. While we are going through the lesson together, try to find out why is he called the Gentle Giant. Before we listen to the audio, let us try to go through each question so that you will be able to know what to answer and what to focus on in the audio later on while you are listening. Robert Wadlow, the Gentle Giant. First question, when was he born? In February, in Alton, Illinois in the USA. Where did he grow up and go to school? He went to school in Alton. Did he have any brothers and sisters? Yes, he did. He was the oldest of 5 children. He had how many brothers and how many sisters? They were all a height. At what age did he leave school? He left school when he was? Did he go to university? Yes, he did, but he left and didn't get a qualification. How did he become famous? He appeared in a circus. What did people call him? People call him the Giant of Illinois or the Gentle Giant because he very quietly. Now this is the reason why he was called the Gentle Giant. Listen attentively to the audio later on to find out the answer. Where did he get a job? He got a job with the shoe company that made his special shoes. Did he get married and have children? No, he didn't. Did he travel much? Yes, he did. He visited how many different towns? In the USA when he traveled for the shoe company. When did he die? He died at the age of? Because of a problem with one of his. Now you will have to find out the reason of his death and at what age did he actually die. Now let us listen to the audio about Robert Wadlow. While listening, I would like you to focus on the text again on page 76 on your student's book. Are you ready? Let's start.
Robert Wadlow was born in February 1918 in the town of Alton, Illinois, in the USA. He grew up and went to school there, and people in the town loved him. He grew very quickly. At the age of 6, he was taller than his father. That was a problem at school, so they made a special desk for him.
Robert was the oldest of 5 children. He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters who were a normal height. When Robert left school at the age of 17, he was 2.48 meters tall. He went to university, but it was difficult for him, so he left.
Robert became famous in the USA when he appeared in a famous circus. People called him the Alton Giant, the Giant of Illinois. People also called him the Gentle Giant because he spoke very quietly.
Robert never stopped growing. Robert got a job with the shoe company that made his special shoes and travelled around the country with his father. They went to 800 different towns in the USA, and Robert became more famous.
Sadly, Robert died at the age of 22 because of a problem with one of his feet. People were very sad when Robert died.
So that's the end of the audio. If you would like to listen to the audio again, feel free to rewind this audio as I have already provided a divided chapter here. Now, based on what you have listened, we are going to complete the gap text. let's look at question number 1. When was he born? In February? What year was it? It was in 1918 in Alton, Illinois in the USA. Next, number 2. Did he have any brothers and sisters? Yes, he did. He was the oldest of 5 children. As you can see from one of the pictures just now, he had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. They were all a normal height. It was only Robert that has extraordinary height, but the rest of his siblings are all at normal height. Number 5. At what age did he leave school? He left school when he was 17. Number 6. What did people call him? People called him the Giant of Illinois or the Gentle Giant because he spoke very quietly. Now this was the reason why everyone called him the Gentle Giant. Even though he was big in size, he was very tall, but he spoke very quietly. Number 7. Did he travel much? Yes, he did. How many towns that he had visited? He visited 800 different towns in the USA when he traveled for the shoe company. Next, when did he die? He died at the age of 22 because of a problem with one of his feet. If you managed to get more than half answers correct for this gap text, good job and well done. Now, let's move on to the final activity of our lesson today, which is to write sentences about a person in your family. So in this activity, I'm going to write about my own biological father, using some of the key phrases that we have used in activity 1. So let's take a look at the first sentence. My father grew up and went to school in Limbang. So as you can see here, there are 2 phrases that I have already used for my first sentence, which are grew up and went to school. Next, he left school when he was 15. He didn't go to university, so he didn't get a qualification. Remember, for these 2 phrases, instead of using went to university and got a qualification, I chose to use didn't go to university and didn't get a qualification because both of these phrases were in their negative forms. This is because my father has never been to university. Therefore, instead of typing this in the form of affirmative, I go for negative forms. Hence, the sentence here is he didn't go to university, so he didn't get a qualification. Next, he got married when he was 19 and had children a year after that. Again, 2 phrases in one sentence. Last but not least, he traveled to Brunei for his first job when he was 17. So this is the basic information about my own father. So how about any member from your family? You can write about your mother, your grandparents, or even your siblings instead of your father. But for this point, I would like to choose my father because I felt that in my family, he has the most historical background among all of us. So that's the end of our lesson today. This is the Google Form exercise that I have provided for you. Feel free to just scan the QR code right in front of your screen, or you may click on the link that I have provided in the video description below. If you're a teacher and you would like to make a copy of this Google Form exercise, feel free to just scan the QR code as well, or you may click on the link that I have provided in the video description. As usual, don't forget to visit my Facebook page Cikgu Darrel and give it a like if possible. Subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell so that you will always get notified whenever I update my playlist. With that, I would like to thank you for watching and I shall see you at the next video. Bye!